So today we're going to be reading a very disturbing Reddit post. Now, I posted this on my community tab and I had thousands of people like it. So I figured I'll make a video on it. So here we are. So my son, 15 years old, found that me and my husband are into cuckolding. I sleep with other men as my husband watch.
Nigga, what?
6 months after finding out, he still refuses to speak to us in his utter disgust when he looks at me. I assume he Googled what cuckolding is, and it's killing me. Well, you did this to yourself. You see, guys, I have a feeling that this wasn't the husband's idea, unless he's some type of Jack Murphy, Cuck Murphy, weird beta male soy boy simp, right? This was this woman's idea. She proposed this idea to her husband. Now, knowing that the husband is a weak beta male simp mangina, he decided that I'm going to try to make my wife happy. And if another man inside of her makes her happy, then I'm going to do that. So that's what he decided to do. He's one of those happy wife, happy life type dudes. And if you meet any man that says happy wife, happy life, do not make that man your friend. Do not call that man your friend. He is not your friend. He is a weak beta male simp mangina. He found out because I got careless and I'm not very tech savvy and stupidly asked him to fix something on my computer. And he found some pictures, and at first he did not say anything. He just got very quiet, still does his homework, never late for school or acted out in any way. So he found some very disturbing, very sexual deviant pictures of you, your husband, and another man. That's very traumatic. I'm not gonna lie to you. Seeing your mom with another man in a sexual way through pictures on a phone is very weird. I mean, I wouldn't know what to say to my parents either if I was his age. Like, if this happened to me, I would not know what to do. Honestly, I'd probably be trying to run away at that point. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because this is very rare. This is very weird. This is very strange. I mean, he's going through a point in time where he's probably, he's going through puberty and he really doesn't understand like the birds and the bees like that and like how, sex works. But this is very traumatic and you pretty much probably gave him PTSD at the age of 15 years old. But then after being given the silent treatment for almost a month, I sat him down and asked him what went wrong. And then he exploded at me, calling me every name in the book. I mean, to be honest, I don't condone, disrespecting your mother or your parents, but I think this one might be valid. I mean, that's a lot of frustration right there. Like, he's very confused. Seeing his mom be with another man, that right there can make any young man or anybody get really mad and explode on somebody. So right there, I think you deserve that, to be fair. I mean, you are a succubus, succubus, incubus, Jezebel spirit. So, I mean, you reap what you sow. Eventually, he was going to figure out. If that is not good enough, then divorce him, he yelled at me. Facts. If your husband isn't good enough, then why be with him? Why did you even marry him in the first place? Why did you say yes to him? Why did you read off all of those vows to him? To death do us part. Right? Why? And see, this is why a lot of people shouldn't get married. This generation of women, they don't value marriage, bro. Like, they look at marriage as some like fairy tale. Like, they look at you as a walking bank account, bro. Like, you're like a walking usable ATM. Like, they don't see it as like this. No, it's more than just love. Like, you're making a covenant between you and God. Like, this is like to death do us part, bro. Like, that's a vow, bro. To death do us part. Through sickness and health. Like, do y'all not know what marriage means, bro? Like, that's till you die, son. These women ain't ride or die no more like that, bro. Like, those is women back in the past, like women of the 70s that was born in the 80s and some 90s. But like, We don't have the same woman that we used to have back in the day, bro. 30, 40 years ago, bro. What is Gen X? What is it? Gen X at 1970? Shout out to my brother One Fast Dag. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know who he is, now go subscribe to him. I'll leave his link to his channel in the description box. But shout out to him, man. Because like his generation is like the last of the real ones. This generation now, I mean, it's a bunch of soy boys. It's a bunch of sugary men, sugary women. It's a bunch of weirdos and a bunch of weak men. And that's what I'm trying to stop is this weak men and weak women. Like, yeah, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop it. His father tried to talk to him, but he just keeps telling him to divorce me. It seems like your son has the most common sense in this family. You don't have common sense. Your husband damn sure doesn't have common sense. But your son that is 15 years old is way more mature than you and your husband. And y'all are in your 40s, bruh. Y'all are in your 40s. Like, come on, man. Come on. He has never acted out like that before and is a good kid. We obviously have stopped since he found out. So now you want to stop being at 304. No. Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Once a 304, always a 304. If she wants to be a thought, right? The thought will forever be inside of her, bruh. You cannot take a thought out of a woman, bruh. You can't. You cannot. That's why I'm saying, like, shout out to my brother Undid Chronic. Because, like, honestly, one body is way too many. Even if she got 1, 2, it's way too many, bruh. It's way too many. Because that one man can imprint her, bruh. Like, and it's over. It's over. That's all I'm saying. We need to value virginity. We need to start valuing virginity as men and women. Value that, bruh. Stop giving it away to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I would say I would give men the benefit of the doubt because I do believe a woman's virginity is very valuable as well, especially if you're trying to get married to her. But it's just crazy how women do not value their virginity, bro. They don't value being a good woman. They don't value being submissive. They don't value having a low body count. You know what I'm saying? It's just they don't value having a hymen. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing as a generation? What are we doing? One of the men involved, he knows, and he has been like an uncle to him. Wow. Let me reread that real quick. Hold on. One of the men involved, he knows, and he has been like an uncle to him. So not only do you decide to have an open relationship of cucking, you decide to bring a man that your son knows that he looks at as an uncle to sleep with you while your husband watches?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think my brain just committed suicide.
It's already enough that he found pictures of another man sleeping with you. But it's another thing to bring somebody that he cares about dearly, that he looks at as an uncle to sleep with. That right there, that's very personal. Like, it seems like you did that on purpose. Like, it's either to hurt your son or you did that on purpose to hurt your husband. You probably did both. And this is what I'm saying, fellas. You cannot allow these women, especially women of today. You shouldn't allow any woman to lead you in a relationship. Any woman. You shouldn't allow any woman to lead you anywhere. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Because that is an emotional decision. She wanted to be with that man, right? Because that man made her feel good physically. Definitely physically. Because, he was giving her those zinc shots. And emotionally. She didn't care if it was somebody that was close to her son. She didn't care. She didn't care. Listen, people don't know. It's in a woman's nature to be selfish. Like, they are very selfish. As men, you can see we're givers. Women, they are selfish, bruh. And it's okay. Accept female nature for what it is. Fellas, I don't want you to be mad and have animosity and hate towards women. Do not hate women, bruh. This is not, if you think this channel is a channel that hates women, we don't hate women over here. We understand them, and we break them down to the molecule, and we criticize them, and we laugh at them, we crack jokes, but we do not hate women over here at the channel. I just want to clarify that. We understand them. All right, we criticize them. We want them to be better. But we're going to go our own way. We're going to continue to do our thing. We're not going to save these 304s, but we will criticize and we will wake up men and woman. All right. I had to inform him that he found out what has been happening. My son now hates him as well and has caused him so much harm. Yeah, I can only imagine. He is always quiet, now refuses to have dinner with us. My husband said either eat with us or go hungry. So now you're forcing him to eat. That's nice. He probably doesn't want to be around you. I mean, I can only imagine. I wouldn't want to be around these two weirdos either. You know what I'm saying? But then he just went to his room without dinner and refused to eat altogether. And my husband and I backtracked after he only ate at school for a week and let him eat alone eventually. So he doesn't even want to eat at home. Like, that's how bad it is. Maybe he needs to talk to somebody. Yeah, no shit. But he hardly has said more than maybe 4 sentences to us these last months. Wow. He probably wants to run away at this point. He probably wants to live with his grandparents or his other uncle, since you decided to ruin the current relationship with the man that he's seen as an uncle. You thought succubus spirit. He is way more angry at me than his father. At least he responds to his father. Me, he's ignoring me completely. Well, I think I know why he's ignoring you completely. Because he probably thought, if my mom leaves the relationship, right? Because he's logical, he's way more based and red pill than any of you. He probably thinks, my mom leaves the relationship, so that means that my mom led my dad to want to cuckold. Knowing that my dad wants to make my mom happy, he doesn't want to get divorced, he decided to agree with it. Because this was your idea. This was your idea. We tried putting the hammer down and even stupidly followed the advice of another couple we know who said just tell him it's none of his business. Are you kidding me?
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Tell him that it's none of his business? No, it is his business. It is his business. Now it is, because now you have involved him. Now you have involved your son into this because he has seen pictures. He knows what you're doing now. So you just can't push it off and be like, oh, it's none of your business. It is his business, because now not only did you mess up the relationship between you and your son and his father, you messed up the relationship between your son and his so-called uncle. So now it's personal. So now he needs answers. Talking about it's none of his business. It is his business. And we did, and that only pushed him further away from us and only made things even worse. He completely shut down. Yeah. So now his parents refuse to give him answers, refuse to tell him what's going on, refuse to tell him why their parents are in an open relationship, refuse to give him an answer of why you decided to sleep with my uncle, and refuse to give him an answer of why any of this even happened. And we tried putting the hammer down and even stupidly followed the advice of another couple we know who said just tell him it's none of his business. No, I believe this young man needs answers. He needs answers of why his parents are cuckolding. He needs answers of why you decided to sleep with his so-called uncle, a man that he looked up to, a man that he admired, a man that he, had a lot of respect for. He needs answers to that. And the fact that you're going to push him away even further and not talk to him about what's going on between his mom and dad, that's very disturbing. Like, that's selfish. That's evil. All right? And only made things even worse, and he completely shut down. I can only imagine. Now his parents don't want to talk to him. He has zero respect for me and keeps telling his father that I'm a bad person who enjoys humiliating him and that he should divorce me. I feel so horrible and my son hates me. He should hate you. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna take a long time for your son to forgive you. He may not ever forgive you. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below, man. This is probably one of the most disturbing Reddit posts that I've ever read. You know what I'm saying? So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. It's been your boy Base Chris. I'm out. Peace.